Good afternoon, Rochester Memorial. Mr. Medeiros here with this week's Medeiros Minute. Boys and girls, I want to thank you for an outstanding week of learning here at RMS this week. I also want to thank all of you for doing an outstanding job with our second fire drill of the school year that we conducted this past week. So Thursday and Friday, parents and guardians, we conducted our second fire drill of the school year with our Cohort A and Cohort B students respectively. The boys and girls did an outstanding job. I know at the beginning of the year in September, we did a soft fire drill. So we conducted a fire drill, but without our fire alarm sounding off. This week's fire drill actually was conducted with the fire alarm sounding off. So boys and girls, I know that sometimes that can be a very loud noise, which is frightening or a bit scary, but everyone did a great job following directions, lining up, walking out of the building quickly and expeditiously, and getting out to the area of the campus out on our grounds that your grade level team meets at when we conduct our fire drills in order to make sure everyone's safe. So talking about taking care of ourselves and taking care of others, those safety drills like fire drills are so important to conduct. And we know we do that periodically throughout the school year. But boys and girls did a great job being patient, lining up, being nice and quiet so that you can hear the directions from the adults and we could all get out of the building in a timely manner so that during our fire drill. I want to thank Chief Weigel and Mr. Willett for their collaboration with Mr. West and the RMS Safety Committee for organizing and supervising these safety drills, which we know are so important. So great job, and a thank you to those folks as well. Boys and girls, speaking of taking care of ourselves and taking care of others, we want to make sure, as always, we're taking care of our school environment as well. We're very lucky to come to a beautiful state-of-the-art building every day. Our town certainly supports education here at Rochester Memorial, and we see that every day by coming to such a beautiful building. With that being said, we want to make sure we take care of our environment, which is one of our school rules. And when I say that, everywhere, we want to do that everywhere in the building, in the hallway, in the cafeteria, in the restrooms. So in those restrooms, when we use paper towels after washing our hands, which is so very important, we want to make sure we're throwing those in the trash bins that the wonderful custodial team here at RMS has provided for us. Or if we're getting soap to wash our hands, which we know is so important, we're not being silly with it, or we're not doing it quickly where the soap splatters everywhere, and then it becomes an unsafe environment in the bathroom with the floor being silly. So let's make sure we're focusing on taking care of our environment. I think we've done a nice job with that this year. This is just a reminder to continue to do that, whether it's the hallway, the restroom, the cafeteria. We always want to make sure we're keeping our beautiful school clean and taking care of our wonderful environment so that we're ready to learn here at Rochester Memorial each and every day. In regards to our CARES model, boys and girls, a reminder this month of November, we are focusing on responsibility and how being responsible helps us with our self-awareness. When we are responsible, we stay on task. We listen and follow directions. We practice giving and receiving suggestions to our classmates. Being self-aware includes the ability to recognize how thoughts, feelings, and actions are interconnected. It also involves understanding our emotions. When we feel comfortable, boys and girls, learning is easier. And when we are hardworking, it helps us reach our goals and values. I'm excited to announce that we are supporting some of our old Rochester High School students who are part of Project 351. After the holiday break, they will be conducting a clothing and food drive. More information will be sent out to all our parents and guardians about what particular items they'll be looking to be donated. The students from the Project 51 over at Old Rochester High School reached out to myself and Mr. West and asked if we'd be willing to support their clothing and food drive. And as we always talk about taking care of ourselves and taking care of others, we said absolutely. So you'll see after the Thanksgiving break 2 boxes in our security vestibule here to collect those donations. And as I mentioned, once we receive more information from those students, we will pass that on to all of our parents and guardians so that you know what items they're looking to be donated. I know 1 box will be for clothing and 1 will be for canned food items. And as I mentioned, keeping safety precautions in mind, mask wearing, distancing. We'll be keeping those boxes in our security vestibule here at our main entrance so that you may enter safely, drop off those donated items, and then exit once you're finished doing so. So very proud to support those Old Rochester High School students and their Project 351 clothing and food drive. Parents and guardians, with this Medeiros Minute email link, you will see a link to the mass.gov state website that will outline the travel guidance. We know the holiday break is next week. There may be some families who plan on traveling. With that being said, the school district is going to be strictly enforcing the guidance, that travel guidance that's going to be linked with this Medeiros Minute email that goes out to all of you. Please take a moment to click on that mass.gov link and check out the state guidance around the expectations for a safe return to school if there are travel plans for the holiday break next week. If you have any questions regarding the travel guidance that is outlined in the mass.gov website shared with this Medeiros Minute, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself, Mr. West, or Mrs. Murphy, and we'd be happy to help answer questions or point you in the right direction around the travel guidance. Speaking of the holiday break, let me be the first to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. I am constantly thankful to work with such a wonderful staff here at Rochester Memorial. But at this time of the year, we do think about how thankful we are to have, as I mentioned earlier, such a beautiful building. But I'm also thankful to work with such a collaborative community and a wonderful community in our town here, Rochester, who really does value the education of our youngsters. And boys and girls, without a doubt, I am so thankful for all of you. I take pride in being the principal here at Rochester Memorial, but I'm so thankful to be able to work with all of the great staff members here, but also all of you as students here at Rochester Memorial. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.